Welcome to Insta Legal. The question for today's discussion is non-disclosure of pending cases. Does it impact government employment? Let's discuss. What happens is when you're applying to any government job, there's a declaration form that is required to be filled. After a candidate is selected in the government job, a declaration form along with an affidavit is required to be submitted, wherein one of the questions which is answered pertaining to a declaration as to whether person has been convicted by any court, any criminal case was registered against him, or no criminal case was pending against him in any court, or he had never been arrested by police in connection with any criminal cases or challan in any criminal case, etc. Now this declaration form has an affidavit attached to it wherein the signatures are made stating that all the information made herein were true and correct to the best of their knowledge, and if any of the information is found false or incorrect, the selection can be cancelled without any notice and the person can be removed from such service. So therefore, a reference was made before the Supreme Court where the question involved was whether suppression of information or submitting false information in the verification form regarding pending acquitted convicted cases should lead to termination of these services if already appointed, or such person candidature be rejected on the ground mentioned above. The reference was made in the case of Jainendra Singh versus State of UP through Principal Secretary in the year of 2012. And the Supreme Court had to decide whether the two views or the conflicting views of the various division benches of the Supreme Court, which view is the most appropriate. So the Supreme Court, after going through all the decisions, they gave out a guideline on the basis of which the candidature of a candidate may be terminated or not terminated. So let's see what are these guidelines. These are the 11 guidelines which form the law as of today with regard to suppression of any material information which a candidate was called upon to furnish but he failed to do so. Would that concealment, in what cases the services would be terminated, in what cases such concealment can be ignored or such concealment could be taken in a lighter sense. So let's see. The first guideline is information given to the employer by a candidate as to conviction, acquittal or arrest or pendency of a criminal case, whether before or after entering into service, must be true and there should be no suppression or false mention of required information. It further held in the second guideline, while passing order of termination of services or cancellation of candidature for giving false information, the employer may take notice of special circumstances of the case, if any, while giving such information. Now, the special circumstance of the case would be that the nature of the information which was not disclosed or the false information which was given was not much which could have impact upon the kind of job for which the government servant has, the candidature has been selected. The employer shall take into consideration the government orders, instructions or rules applicable to the employee at the time of taking the decision whether to keep the employee into the employment or not. This is the third guideline. The next guideline is, in case there is suppression of false information of involvement in a criminal case where conviction or acquittal had already been recorded before filing of the application or verification form, and such fact later comes to the knowledge of employer, any of the following recourse appropriate to the case may be adopted. Now let's see what are these recourses which the Supreme Court has suggested. In a case trivial in nature in which conviction had been recorded, such as shouting slogans at young age, or for a petty offence which if disclosed would not have rendered an incumbent unfit for post in question, the employer may in its discretion ignore such suppression of fact or false information by condoning the lapse. Second, where conviction has been recorded in case which is not trivial in nature, employer may cancel candidature or terminate services of the employee. Third, if acquittal had already been recorded in a case involving moral turpitude or offence of heinous or serious nature on technical ground, and it is not a case of clean acquittal or benefit of reasonable doubt has been given, the employer may consider all relevant facts available as to the antecedents and may take appropriate decision as to the continuance of the employee. Thereafter, the Supreme Court said, in a case where the employee has made declaration truthfully of a concluded criminal case, the employer still has the right to consider antecedents and cannot be compelled to appoint the candidate. In case when fact has been truthfully declared in character verification form regarding pendency of a criminal case of trivial nature, employer in facts and circumstances of the case in its discretion may appoint the candidate subject to decision of such case. For example, if the case results into acquittal, the employer can continue in the services at the discretion of the employer. However, if the conviction ensues after the trial of the case, it may be so that the employer may in its discretion dismiss or terminate the services of the candidate. Seventh guideline, in a case of deliberate suppression of fact with respect to multiple pending cases, such false information by itself will assume significance and an employer may pass appropriate order cancelling candidature or terminating services as appointment of a person against whom multiple criminal cases were pending may not be proper. The eighth guideline, if criminal case was pending but not known to the candidate at the time of filing the form, still it may have adverse impact and the appointing authority would take decision after considering the seriousness of the crime. For example, if the crime involves anything which relates to moral turpitude, then in such cases, such pendency of a criminal case may be very harmful where for any candidate to be selected by the appointing authority. Then ninth, in case the employee is confirmed in service, holding departmental inquiry would be necessary before passing order of termination, removal or dismissal on the ground of suppression or submitting false information in verification form. 10th, for determining suppression of false information, attestation or verification form has to be very specific, not vague. Only such information which was required to be specifically mentioned has to be disclosed. If information was not asked for but is relevant comes to knowledge of the employer, the same can be considered in an objective manner while addressing the question of fitness. However, in such cases, action cannot be taken on basis of suppression or submitting false information as to a fact which was not even asked for. If there are certain for example, if there is certain information where it is only mentioned in the declaration form that whether you are involved in any criminal case or not, whether it's not asking you whether you have been convicted or not convicted. In such cases, the information which is required, which is asked, is not specific in nature. In such cases, the Supreme Court has come in favor of the candidate, stating that if the information is not clear and it does not, in such cases, action cannot be taken on basis of suppression or submitting false information. The last guideline is, before a person is held guilty of suppressio veri or suggestio falsi, knowledge of the fact must be attributable to him. If he was not aware about any pendency of a case against him and that comes to his knowledge later on, if he informs the authority, then in such cases, cancellation or the dismissal from the services or termination or candidature not being taken into consideration cannot be followed as a natural course of action. So these are the 11 guidelines which basically holds the ground where any person, any employee who is applying for a government job, when they are making a false information or suppressing any kind of material information in the declaration form which is attached to an affidavit, in such circumstances, though termination is not a right, but the discretion is totally on the employer whether to keep such an employee in the services or not. Thank you very much.